All right, changing it up a little bit today. No bikes, truck time. I picked up a 2022 Tradesman 1500 Ram Classic. Got some flare. I did some other things to it, but I got some flares today from Husky. These are the Husky Liner brand flares. I purchased them directly from their website. They are $320 plus your sales tax in your state, free shipping. So let's check them out. Okay, here they are. They're a nice hard plastic, not textured. They are paintable. Of course, I'm going to let them black. They are the thickness, you can see maybe right there. It's not quite 1/8 of an inch thick, maybe 3/32. Okay, 2 rear flares, 2 front, the big section. Then they give you, well, somebody packed mine wrong. I think they're supposed to give you 2 of these and then 2 of this longer version in case you have a painted bumper, but for some reason they packed me 3 right side pieces and 1 left side. But I don't need those because mine does not have the painted plastic bumper cover. I only need these 2 small pieces right here because mine has the Tradesman front bumper. That is metal, this is plastic, and those pieces will just go right on this plastic area as opposed to the whole way down if you had a painted front bumper that was plastic, because you'd want that black flare to go up over. And they give you the little rubber molding which you put on the edge of your flare so it does not rub your paint. A bunch of screws, got some U-clips there, a couple of bushings, and there are 2 nylock nuts and 2 screws. And this is a little tool after you put the flares on if you got to pull this rubber up against the body of your truck in case it's tucked in. That helps you get that out. So this install shouldn't be too bad. I actually have already taken the factory screws out of the back of the wheel well, and on the Tradesman I have this little mud guard piece here that of course goes on the bottom, and that you do have to remove. It is just the 2 of these 8mm screws, and you have these 2 of these clips on each side. You just kind of got to screw this little, it'll be Torx or Phillips, and you screw that little piece out away from the body, and this whole thing will pop out, and then you can get that off. So I'm going to go ahead and put this side on, see how it goes. Then of course I'll have a little more of video with putting them on the other side, so I'll check back in here shortly. Okay, now you want to wiggle this on. You want to make sure this front lip is popping out over the outside of the flare. You'll kind of feel it pop over. Then when that does that, what I do is I pull on the adhesive liner and then push on it and just keep going. You kind of wiggle this over, get it over the edge, pull a little bit, push your adhesive down, and just keep. This is probably the most tedious process of installing these whole flares, is taking the time to put this gasket on. You just continue to do that. Just wiggle it over. You'll feel the outside. You can see the outside is over it there. You just want to make sure you're doing that the whole way around. Now this adhesive is a little forgiving. When I did one of my first ones, I did have to pull it back off several inches and stick it back on, and it worked out well. So I'm going to go ahead and get this on the flares here, and then go ahead and show you bolting the sides up on the one side. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I have everything prepped here for the right front flare. I'll go ahead and show you what you have to put on and what you got to do here. Okay. First off, pull out factory bolts, 8mm head. One in the plastic trim on the bumper, or the trim between the filler between the headlight and the bumper. Boom. One there. Now, this has no bolt in it from the factory. You have to put the little U-nut clip on that hole, and there are 2 holes here that have no bolt from the factory. The frontmost one, you got to put a U-clip on, and then you remove. This bolt here remains. You have to take the 2 bolts out for this little trim piece from the factory. When you take those out, then you got to put this one back in. And this little trim piece is like the rear ones. It has a little clip in the bottom, just like this. You pull this lower piece has been pulled out there, and then this whole clip will pull out. And of course, here's your factory bolts that you remove, and they give you these Phillips sheet metal thread screws to put in the 2 clips. So I'm going to go ahead and put the camera up here and get these mounted up. Got to get the bracket. Just want to make sure. Now I did put some rust preventative wool wax all along here. You don't have to do that. Just put this up, and I'm going to start up here in the middle. Make sure you have it up against the fender, then push it back over, and then try to find that hole. Got it with no hair on it. Okay, that was the Phillips. Come over here. This is one of the factory ones. That started. Got another factory one down here in the bottom. That started. Got to do another Phillips. Got to pull my glasses down because I'm over 50. I should have bifocals. Phillips started in. And then of course another stock one that goes in here. All right. Crank them down. Come on, wrong way. Okay, got that done. Now I got my little fender nubbin here we're going to put on. This just has the 1 bolt, 1 factory bolt. And that little tool they give you is to pull this rubber out. Mine's sticking down in a little bit there. Okay, I'll show you that tool. This little tool here, it has that little hook on it. And what you do, sometimes these will flip under and you get it under the little rubber right there, and you just slide it along and it will pull that rubber up. if you get it. Mine's a little bit in right there, but I think it'll be okay. See, just do it like that. You probably can't see that, but it'll pull your rubber up. All right, gonna move to the back. And the back here, I'm gonna try to show you here if I can. The back, you let a couple of the stock bolts in. Okay, you got the bottommost one on the front of the bed comes out. The next one up you let in. Third one up you take out. You will let 2 in on the upper front. You will put 1 of the supplied U-clips on this hole that did not have a factory bolt in it directly on the top. Then this factory bolt stays in, and of course the 2 on your back trim piece here, they come out and you use both of those. So let's go ahead and throw this bad boy on. Ready to roll. Do this. That's it. Try to get this lined up. Be nice if I had a headlamp. I'm guessing I didn't bring my screwdriver. That would have been the smart thing to do, would be to have my screwdriver with me.